Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Fun fact, I think our first building video of last year was the apartment complex in the background, which I just realized I'm making another apartment complex 2023, so maybe that'll be our New Year's building tradition. When I set out to make this apartment complex, I had no idea what I wanted to make it look like. I was debating if I wanted to make it white on the outside or if I wanted to make it different colors. But something I learned from this build is to try again. Like, don't give up. Just keep trying, because I demolished so many things in this build. It's kind of insane. I'm really happy I had the utilities mod, because that would have been so hard if I did that all block by block. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to imagine it. I ended up going with this white apartment that has this garage at the bottom, which I saw that part from Pinterest and I thought it was so cute. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm gonna add a garage, which, is something that apartments do have, which I don't know why I never thought of, oh, let's add a garage for the apartment. The features on the apartment were kind of hard to figure out. Like, I wanted to have a balcony on each floor, but it looked a little off for some reason, so I just had to keep figuring out how to tweak it to make it look good. But the roof, I wasn't exactly sure about that either, and I knew I wanted it to be taller because I want the apartment to stick out, and I was trying to figure out how to make the balcony work. In my head I was just thinking build until it looks right, so I just had to make it a lot taller, which I do want skyscrapers in the city world. I just want to make them look a bit natural. So I didn't think having this apartment go to the skies would look natural. So I just kept building up and up. And I figured out a design for the balconies, which looked pretty good, if I do say so myself. Once I got to this point, I wasn't exactly sure. It looked off. It felt like it was missing something. Felt like I was missing a different side of it, so I decided to try to make something go next to it, but this part looked so off. I was like, this doesn't look right, which now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look bad, but it just didn't look right to me. When I first saw it, I decided to try to figure out what's going to go next to this, because it can't just be this one part. It looked a little too tiny, which I think it's actually the size of the first build of the city world. But this part I actually think looks really nice. This red brick apartment complex, I think it looks really nice that I'm looking at it. Maybe in the future I'll make something that looks like it, because it looks really good now that I'm seeing it, like, I guess, third person. And I just remembered something. I was going to do a whole row of different colored apartments. So I think this would have looked really good if I just stuck with the different colors, but I don't know why it looked off to me at the moment, so I'm demolishing this. I told you I demolished a ton of things in our city world, and yeah, I really wish I kept the brick, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. But I think I'll do something like that when we have more space, because I think the reason it looked off was because there wasn't like that much space for the red brick apartment. But here's the design we ended up staying with, and I really like it. I like that it's bigger. I like that it just looks a bit more natural in the space. I really like the design of the two identical apartment complex with the 3 blocks in the middle separating them. This build makes me really excited for what we're going to be able to do in 2023 on the city world. Out of nowhere, my mind was just like, this dead end looks a little off, so let's make the road connect to it. So that little plot is gonna have to be something, but I think a cafe, an apartment, or a cafe with an apartment will look so great in that space. So we're gonna have a poll, and you'll decide what goes into that spot. It can be anything that I listed or something completely different. I love the little driveway that goes into the apartment. I added a little bit of plants to give it, a little extra detailing on the outside. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and it taught me a lesson. Thank you, apartment complex, of trying again. For the interior, it's a lot of limited space to work with, which was one of the problems that I was thinking about of the apartment. I was like, oh my goodness, the interior is going to be interesting. But I think it works out. The kitchens are a bit small in each apartment, but I decided not to decorate all of them. I just gave it like the basics. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. I love you so very much. Subscribe to join the Yam Fam. Bye. Stay sweet.